Okay, this is our sewn crown. Notice how nicely our seam allowances are sewn down and not folded under. And it's looking pretty good in there. I got a hat shape. Looks like a head might could go in there one day. All right, so now with it still inside out, you're going to attach your cuff to it. This is where you're going to be happy that you basted these folded sides down. What I want you to do is you're going to take this cuff and you're going to slide it up on your hat. Like that. Don't worry if it doesn't fit quite right yet. You got some adjustment to do. But in essence, all your raw edges should be up that way. The raw edge of your band with your folded edge facing towards you, and the raw edges of your hat. Now, take this seam of your band and place it at one of the seams of your hat, the side seams of your hat. Take this sucker and line it up like you did the crown. See how that line is nice? This just makes it look nicer when you're finished. All right, so I've got that all sewn and I've got all my edges pretty nice. I'm gonna put a pin in there. Now, you don't have any seam allowances to mess up here, so you don't have to pin any down. But what you do have is a bunch of fabric to cram up in here. And where does it go? Well, it's kind of hard to say. But what I like to do is just line it up as best I can opposite the edge I pinned. The opposite edge you pinned is going to be this seam of the hat. And line up your raw edges again. Just give it one of these numbers. Make sure everything's kind of chilling out the way it's supposed to be. And then you should be able to start pinning. Start opposite of where you were and pin this opposite seam. See that? And that, they're opposite. Now, just go around the rest of the way. Don't be too alarmed if something is baggy. See how I've got this little bump there? If I give it the slightest bit tension, that goes away. I'm not saying tug and snatch on it, but do remember that you can just kind of stretch as you go to get your pins to lay flat. But this initial step helps everything lay all nicely together. What you don't want to do is pin any big bumps or tucks in. So pin this all around, making sure as you go that all of this raw edge is lined up together. Don't let them sit like this. Don't let them sit like that. Make sure it's as close to all the same level as possible. Again, this is where having your folded cuff basted closed is going to be really helpful. Keep pinning. And just think to yourself, you're only a couple of steps away from having a finished beanie. That's one half sorted. Let's go to this other side. Same thing, a little dong dong, and you should be able to line all that up nicely. Couple more and we're done. Last one. All right, here's my pinned band. We're gonna go over to the machine and sew this at 1/2 inch. All right, so I've got this all pinned up and we're gonna sew it. This is one of the times we wanna take your free arm and make sure it's free because you can slide your entire hat on there. I like to start this circle at the seam on my band just so I kind of know where I started and come back. Line it up at your 1/2 inch mark and get ready to sew. There's going to be some meandering and wandering here. These layers are going to smash through the presser foot and kind of move, but try to keep it as accurate to a 1/2 inch as you can. Now when you complete sewing a circle, you actually don't have to backstitch because your stitches should overlap enough that they won't come unsewn if somebody pulls on it. But just in case, I like to do a little couple. There, now my band is sewn on. Pull it out from under your machine, and don't forget to what? Clip your threads, everyone. When I say clip your threads, I mean right at the business. Don't leave a little tail there.